Many police officers think they have all the power and authority in the world and often approach people with an arrogant attitude. But what happens when they encounter citizens who know their civil rights? Let's find out what happens when corrupt cops realize karma is coming for them. Have you ever had a cop detain you for no reason? If not, well, consider yourself lucky. Unlike you, this group of people had a very unpleasant experience when a cop, who seemed bored at work, decided to approach them and detain them without any explanation. Among them was a man who knew how serious this situation was, so he immediately turned on his camera to record everything. When he asked the cop why they were being detained, the answer he got was shocking. The cop claimed it was because someone had told him they heard about a plan to attack someone. Quite a long story, isn't it? But that still doesn't explain why this cop detained these people specifically. What made him think they were the ones planning the attack? From all this, it's pretty obvious the cop just made up the whole story to justify his action. The man then asked for the cop's name and badge number, but the cop continued to fail in his duties. He claimed that if the man wanted to know that information, he could just read it off his uniform. Well, someone should remind this cop that his job requires him to identify himself when asked and to say it out loud. And that wasn't the only thing this cop forgot about his job policy. The man asked the cop to call his supervisor, but the cop completely ignored his request.
We didn't participate.
Now you went from
didn't
you say we was doing laps around?
You was doing laps around.
Then you came out and said something different. You changed twice, right?
Don't do that.
No.
And we're being detained under what?
38.
Under what?
Take me. I'm going half.
No, he said we're being detained. So are we being detained or are we not? Then give him his information back and let us leave. Under what? Under what? Under what crime? What reasonable suspicion? What reasonable suspicion of a crime do you have?
That somebody heard that somebody was going to hurt somebody.
Somebody heard doesn't trump my rights.
Listen.
We can do this. I'll be back down here tomorrow. I'll be at your precinct tomorrow. Let me have your badge number.
Right there.
No, that's what you told the judge?
Nah.
What's your badge number?
55, it's right there.
What's your name?
Officer Patrov, you can go right here.
Okay, who's your shift commander? Call him now. Call your shift commander. I want to know why I'm being detained. Call him. I want to speak to your supervisor. Now I got time. See? Now you got to be held up. I want to speak to your shift commander why I'm being detained right now. You have no reason, no lawful reason. Yeah.
You record. I'll tell my wife come down.
No, don't tell nobody nothing. I want his supervisor.
They're getting tickets, by the way. So right now, yeah, those two cars.
That ain't nothing but money. See, because now you're taking it personal, right? This is the thing. You're taking it personal now, right? And you should be instead of doing all that, yo, we pay your salary. It's not the opposite way. Protect and serve, right? Now ain't no all right. I know, but he set that tone, right? He set that tone.
You gotta call a cab or call Mad to come get you.
He set that tone.
Supposedly being detained because they said
Sierra 8.
No lawful reason to detain us.
7 3.
You're gonna cost your department money.
1 0.
Ain't nobody broke here. You're gonna cost your department money. Nobody here is broke. What? You're gonna cost your department money. I don't know if your dreams are detective or whatever, but this is gonna set you back. Guarantee you.
Alright, bye.
Victor 609.
There was another cop at the scene who initially told these people they weren't detained. However, as soon as he heard his colleagues say they were detained after all, he changed his mind and said they were. That's the difference between good and bad cops. Cops won't side with bad cops and support their illegal orders and decisions. The man saw that the cop who detained them had something personal against them, but even the cop didn't know how to explain what was going on and why he detained them. The man told the cop that he should be serving them, not just boosting his ego, which, as you might guess, annoyed the cop even more. The whole situation was frustrating and unfair, and it just showed how some cops misused their power. The man who recorded everything knew his rights and tried to stand up for him, but the cop's behavior was unacceptable.
94 388 67 02 822.
So if you know why we're here, then what's the problem? No, you're here because the lady, one of your officers was walking with her.
And now he has a personal agenda. Now you have a yes, he do it. It didn't start until you start talking about the Marines. Now you have a personal agenda.
I'm going to investigate.
No, that's the fact. That's the fact. You wasn't investigating. Now you changed 3 times. He said somebody was doing laps. You came out, said one thing. Now you changed it.
You changed it immediately.
I got you.
You're not a Marine. You're not an ex-Marine.
It's fine.
You don't know this. You don't know that.
Nah, we don't gotta talk about it no more.
We didn't just roll up on you.
Listen, it's simple. Paperwork will be filed.
We got called here for a reason.
Right? I hope you like your costume. You're gonna have it on an extra 6 months
Was a Honda
to a year.
Accord with the last 3 Lima Alpha Alpha, and the first 3 was 61 Alpha.
That's been parked forever.
What was the activity though?
The activity. Parties were outside, and the person that I was talking to actually said that you 3 were the ones that were outside right now.
Is that a crime?
Outside the vehicle.
Is that a crime?
We was with his daughter. His daughter.
So then why'd you get caught? Why would you even entertain that? It's not a crime. 3 people outside at a car is not a crime. It's not a crime.
The parties outside were discussing about
So what are we
harming
being
somebody,
detained for?
possibly hurt.
Sir, if I'm not being detained, I'd like my ID back.
Right
and
now
I'd
you're
like to
being
speak to my
detained.
lawyer.
Under what? Under what?
Being detained.
Under what?
Finish my investigation under
What reasonable suspicion of a crime that he committed?
This doesn't
I live
need to
here.
be a
I
reason
live
suspicion of a crime.
here. No, it does. What am I being
But
detained?
you're an officer just like him. You're letting him do that. You said we're not detained.
I said now.
You said we're not detained. Under what reasonable suspicion of a crime?
Never happened. Okay.
What's your badge number? Because now you want to be a part of it. Whathat's your name?
Okay. I need
Thank
to do
you.
my job. And I'm
Now you got to go with him.
That's fine. And his as well.
But you said, did you or did you not say?
100.
Exactly.
This officer has been
No, he's not, because he said we're not detained, but because he said we're
He's saying
detained,
we're
he's going with
detained. He's saying
him. That's what
we're
makes
not.
bad police, right? They
He doesn't know
that's
the
that
information that I received upstairs.
that's that blue line. He gave us the information when we came down. He gave us the information when we came down.
Just roll up on you guys for no reason.
However, this man wasn't about to let the cop's behavior slide. He immediately told the cop that he knew his rights and wouldn't allow the cop to threaten them without reason. When the cop heard this, he looked a bit confused. You could see by the expression on his face that he wasn't used to someone standing up to him like this. These corrupt cops don't realize that karma is coming for him. But let's get back to the story. Once the cop realized this man wasn't an easy target for boosting his ego, he told him he was no longer detained and could leave freely. The cop hoped the man, who was well versed in the law, would just go away. But that didn't happen. If you're free to leave, you're also free to stay. And if you thought the cop realized his mistake and did the right thing, you'd be wrong. He only let this man go while keeping the others detained. It's clear these cops look for people who don't know how to defend themselves, using them as victims to boost their own egos. And that's why it's important to know your rights and stand up for them. People unaware of their rights let cops become tyrants and behave like that. The cop didn't stop there, though. He kept trying to justify why the others were still detained, claiming there was some sort of suspicious activity and he was in the middle of an investigation. However, he forgot one key thing: you need a crime to investigate, and there was no crime here.
I don't care at this point. I'm gonna handle it the legal way. Like I said, I hope you like your costumes, because you'll be wearing them 6 months or a year more. Don't expect nothing, because I'm telling you, you're not gonna get it. I'm gonna file a complaint because you don't detain me just for nothing. I know my rights.
You're actually free to go.
So
Why is he detained?
Why am I detained? Why is he
Right,
detained?
right now, because the individual said that
I live here. I'm not allowed to.
So if we're not detained and we didn't commit a crime, then why is he detained?
It doesn't make any sense.
Are we serious right now? All we want to do is leave.
But you're not free to go. You're not free to go, though.
So if we're not free to go, then we're detained.
Like I'm saying, right now I'm running for warrants. Warrants.
Hold on, man.
And you wouldn't have got that information because we don't have no obligation to give you our.
Actually,
We have no obligation. You didn't get my ID, and you won't.
It is because he's part
No, because they offered it to you. You have no law. You have no reasonable right to get my ID from me. This is not a stop and frisk state. I didn't commit a crime. You don't suspect me of committing a crime. You can't reasonably be articulated. So why? You understand? You caused this. For what? Nothing. You could just say, "Hey, gentlemen, blah blah. We got a call. Why ain't we orbiting on the way?" No, this is the tactics. And then when you said before,
We never got this.
I knew where this was going when he said it's not going to go anywhere besides us. It goes to the fusion unit. I'm not slow.
We don't have a fusion unit. I don't even know what a
Okay.
fusion unit is.
Then you need to go. But that's because the only reason you don't know that is because the only thing you need to put that costume on, only thing you need is a GD. You guys are not skilled by law. You don't know anything. Now, that's how, and when did that come into play? That was just recent.
Hold on,
Understand?
John, are you still recording?
I respect you. Can I shake your hand? I respect you because you're a good officer and you tell the truth.
Hold on, I'm gonna call Johnny 5 right now. Are you still
You
recording?
know he said this. That's your partner. You don't want. That's that blue line. Yeah, of course, always.
Let me call John Alvarez. He's a cop. Let me call John. Because John will tell me if I'm free to go or not.
He's gonna say it changes. He's gonna say it changes by department.
Contact.
Right?
No,
You all took the same oath. Nothing changes by
Nothing
department.
changes. Absolutely nothing
You
changes.
took one oath, all of you.
Listen, right now the investigation is because the individual.
You have no investigation. There was no.
They said that, hey, he was driving.
In order to have an investigation, it has to be a crime. Where's the crime?
Investigating a suspicious activity right now.
Suspicious activity is not a crime. Is it
But we have to investigate.
is it a felony or is it a misdemeanor? Suspicious activity.
Between me and another cop.
We've been here, bro. It's okay.
I'm not saying they did.
Suspicious activity. Crime, or is it a misdemeanor or a felony?
Kill somebody. Dude, should I not investigate it? Wait, just hold up. Should I not investigate it?
Investigating what conversation you had.
Your job is to investigate crimes. What crime has been committed?
Listen, but that's what we're trying to...
As if 2 cops weren't enough, a few more showed up. One of them was very surprised when the man asked for his name and badge number. He was even foolish enough to say on camera that he didn't have to identify himself just because the man wasn't a judge. Even the birds in the trees know that's not true. This cop didn't stop there, though. He blamed the man for being rude and impolite just for asking his name and badge number. If someone is bothered by identifying themselves to the public, then being a public servant isn't exactly the right job for them. They should consider a different career. The same cop who was surprised by being asked his name now demanded the man identify himself. Of course, since the man hadn't broken any laws, he had the right to remain anonymous. The cops could do absolutely nothing about it.
Y'all crazy, man. I'm gonna sue the hell out of y'all, man. Seriously, I'm gonna.
What crime has been committed? Because
Right now,
and to investigate a crime, it has to be a crime committed. Right? 3 guys out of car is not a crime. That's a fact.
6 years.
Listen, but that's what we gotta try to
Make
find out.
150K, yeah. You're upset about it. Not them, but you are. You're upset about it. I want you. You're gonna be the one. Trust me.
This gentleman was very nice. What's your name?
You got the right one today. Look, you got kids.
I don't give my name. That's no, sir. Nice to meet you. What's your badge number?
182.
Thank you. What's your name, sir? You don't tell the judge it's on your shirt. What's your name? You're a public servant. You're a public servant. What if I can't read? What if I can't read? What's your badge number? Ain't it in your patrol book that you give your... Look, we're the public, right? This is how you treat the people that pay your motherfucking taxes? That pay for your salary? You can't even give your name? You pay your salary. You pay your salary.
I pay taxes as well.
Right? So you pay yourself and you... No, I just want to... No, you're coming off wrong. What's your name? What's your name?
From a Giants game.
It's on the shirt. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Okay. No, I want you to be respectful while you wear that uniform. And when you listen, only thing I asked you was your name and your badge number. What is disrespect about that? I asked you your name and your badge number. You work for me. You work for me. So you work for the public.
After the movie.
You work for the public.
Is that when he said, now I want to...
So you don't work for...
Yes or no?
Right? So you address the public right. If I ask you your name and your badge number, you give it to me.
Did he say he wants to further investigate?
Don't worry about it.
But I didn't have to give up my ID. I did that to be honest.
These 3. This one.
I didn't sit out.
You got the call, buddy. I don't speak. I don't answer questions. I don't do any of that shit.
It's not the case.
That's the only thing we're investigating.
They don't understand how somebody...
This guy, great guy. That guy, great guy. Good policing. This one doesn't want to give the public his name, his badge number. He says, read my shirt. He'd never tell a judge that. This one, a maniac. Totally disrespectful. Got upset over some Marine shit, changed the narrative 3 times.
If you need a surefire way to piss off cops, well, tell them the truth. Your tax money pays for their salary. When this man said that, one of the cops immediately shot back that he pays taxes too, completely missing the point. These cops were having a hard time with this guy because, well, even though they told him he could go, he decided to stay and fight for his friend's civil rights. The cops just wanted someone who wouldn't push back, so they decided to call a supervisor, hoping this would give them more strength. Of course, they should have called their supervisor when the man first asked, not when they felt like it. While waiting for the supervisor, the man once again asked why his friends were detained. The cops still couldn't come up with a better reason than suspicious activity. The man then asked if this suspicious activity was a misdemeanor or a felony, leaving the cops speechless.
If he can't give his name and his badge number, you don't even speak to him. He's not worth it.
Fear these uniforms. I do anything.
We're just coming here. I have no idea why we're here.
Are we still being detained?
Why am I still here?
Under what? Detained for what? Under what crime?
Right
Now, I'm waiting for my supervisor to get here.
But what am I being detained for?
Okay, I'll be questioning you.
But what am I being detained
Maybe you learned something today.
The reason why I got detained is because we got called in for suspicious activity.
Maybe you'll learn something today.
for? Is it from this vehicle though? Is it
No,
from
it was
this
from that
vehicle?
white vehicle.
Jack,
Then I'm out.
it doesn't matter.
Of course, I wasn't in that
Hold
vehicle.
up, but you were with these gentlemen.
I was in a whole nother vehicle.
The
sir.
gentleman that was outside.
This is my.
I want to know. Look,
Go back inside. Go back.
you don't have to. And suspicion. Suspicion. Is that a felony or a misdemeanor suspicion? Felony or misdemeanor? I need to know.
He was here the whole time, this gentleman, and his wife.
I don't need what?
He was parked next to us.
We're here for suspicion. Is it a felony or a misdemeanor
I'm not
suspicion?
even in that deal.
The stuff that somebody
Is this
said.
your boss?
Overheard.
You learned something today.
Overheard.
You learned something today, so you don't make the same mistake again. But it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you and this gentleman right here. Today it'll cost both of you. Only you just don't even want to give your name.
It's on the shirt, sir.
You're here to serve the purpose. Would you tell a 90-year-old lady that, or is it just me?
It's on the shirt.
Would you tell a 90-year-old lady that?
Anyone.
You'll tell anybody that. Then you're just a you're just a
One person here, sir.
It doesn't matter. But that's for you to tell a 90-year-old lady that pays your salary that, oh, it's on my shirt. Well, you're a and I can say what I want and I'll do what I want. I know. You facts. You're gonna respect all my all of them.
I respect everyone's rights.
You took oath. You don't tell the public, oh, it's on my shirt. Be respectful. When you came over here, I wasn't disrespectful. You asked you two things. I never had a chance to be. I asked you two things. I asked you two things when you got out that car. I said, can I have your name and your badge number? Did I or did I not? I asked all these gentlemen the same thing, and I got it from them. You're the only one that had a problem with it. I ain't come off like nothing. I never came off as nothing. I asked you two questions. No.
Which is great.
Yeah, you better believe it. You're gonna have that costume on for an extra year, 6 months. It's a costume. That's a costume.
What you look like, everything like that.
Apples and oranges, right?
Yes, fair enough.
That's it. We all have opinions. We all have opinions. Doesn't make mine right, doesn't make yours right.
I think you're pretty fair with that. Apples and oranges.
Basic opinions.
Let's start with the fact that I paid $3,500 a month. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Not much time passed before the supervisor finally arrived, and with his arrival, the situation quickly got resolved, and here's how. The supervisor immediately saw that the man knew the law very well, and that continuing to escalate the situation wouldn't be wise. So, as soon as the man complained about the unprofessional behavior of the cops, the supervisor started identifying them one by one and giving them a lesson on how to behave. However, he didn't do this because he wanted to do the right thing. He was mainly acting this way because he knew he was being filmed and didn't want to look bad on camera. Quite sad, isn't it? When the man asked the supervisor why they were detained, the supervisor couldn't explain. He quickly said everyone was free to go and that the investigation was over because they supposedly checked what they needed to check. It's impossible for so many things to change because the supervisor showed up. How did they suddenly realize these people weren't criminals? The man kept demanding an answer, but the officers were too focused on getting away from him as fast as possible. They left without giving him any real answers. The man's persistence and knowledge of the law made a big difference here. If more people stood up like this man, we would ensure that cops don't misuse their authority and that everyone is treated fairly.
How's it going?
My name is Sergeant Rinaldi. I'm the road boss today.
I appreciate you giving your name because this man doesn't want to identify himself to the public.
That's Officer Restrepo.
No, I'm just saying, but if I ask him to identify himself, what if I can't read, right? Will he tell a 90-year-old lady it's on my shirt?
His name is Officer Restrepo and his badge is 1.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, I was detained. I want to know under what reasonable suspicion of a crime or what crime have I been committed that I was detained.
Okay. Somebody called, said they saw something they considered suspicious.
Okay.
I'm going to explain everything.
I want to know if suspicion is a misdemeanor or a felony.
It's not a crime to be.
If it's not a crime, then you don't have no right to detain nobody,
You're free
right?
to leave at any time. If you
He
want.
detained us.
He told me I was detained. I have this on record.
All right, sir.
Exactly,
At this
yeah.
time, we were investigating.
You are the sergeant, right?
Listen,
You were investigating what?
I'm trying to answer your question.
I understand. Are you the sergeant on
I want that on camera. I want you
And
saying
you
it.
said, I am not
I
detained.
told you. I'm
You're not
telling
detained
you.
at this time. If you want to
But
walk
your
away
officer
right now,
stated I was detained.
because the investigation is over.
Yeah, but okay.
What determined it was
Under what right did he have a reason to?
He checked everything out. He came.
What did he check?
Spoke with you.
What legal right did he have to detain us? I want you to
No,
understand.
this officer.
Translate that to me.
Mr. Petro.
I'm
what
listening.
did
Ask
he
me
Petro
one
get?
question at a time.
Okay,
Okay.
so what
I'll be
did
happy to
Officer
answer them.
Petro get?
Under
that
what
stated-
reasonable law?
that stated before you
Yell
pulled
at
up.
me,
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
answer
yelling.
your
I have a
question.
deep voice.
I'm gonna
What
answer
did
your
Officer Petro get? This guy right here. What information did he receive before you
He
pulled up?
spoke with you, correct?
He spoke to me and told me I was detained and couldn't leave. All the neighbors heard
Yes.
it.
he asked
This is
you
all on record.
questions to investigate the
I answered all
suspicious
everything, and he told me I was still detained until you arrived. So now that you arrived,
Now, can I ask a question?
Hold on. But what information changed it that you came with?
The investigation is over. We have to check
Okay.
everything.
Now, how about this? No, you don't have to check everybody, right? Because he had no legal right to get his information, right? That's number one. Number two, I want you on camera saying what law did you have to detain that man?
This man,
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor? Reasonable suspicion.
he took it on a personal.
Anybody?
And now.
Anybody?
Even I donated since I lived in Seacoast for the last 5
If
years.
there's an issue with
Sarge.
This will be the reason.
Sarge. LT, look.
Take care.
so wish you the best, sir. Take care.
I want to ask you a question. Though. Reasonable suspicion. Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
Sir, again, we're here to investigate a call.
So you don't get to detain nobody. You don't get to detain nobody under reasonable suspicion because you don't have reasonable
Have a nice
suspicion.
day.
Yeah. We'll be up there.
This man, a free independent journalist, decided to record content for his viewers in public. He stood in the middle of the sidewalk and started filming. However, one couple, especially the girl, got upset because he was filming around them. She decided to approach him and tell him not to film her. No one was specifically recording her, and if she didn't like it, she could have just walked away. Instead, she approached the man and caused a real fuss. She even called the cops, who were eager to respond, but they made a mistake right from the start. All they needed to do was explain to the girl that no matter how uncomfortable she was, they couldn't do anything about it because the man had every right to film in public. Nevertheless, the cops showed up and started questioning the man about why he was there. The simple answer could have been that he had every right to be there, right? One rookie cop, although very young, quickly realized the man had every right to be there and decided to play the good cop card, letting the man continue filming.
Will you tell these two I'm allowed to film in public, please?
Okay.
I don't care about their feelings.
As I say, you are more entitled to film in public.
Thank you very much. Now, please, leave me alone.
Let me speak. My concerns are obviously some people have been a little bit uncomfortable about it.
Yeah, well, you're not the feelings police, you like, let's face it.
No, you're right, we're not.
Exactly, there we go in. So, you go back to your post and you tell these two to leave me alone. Go away. If you don't like it, go away. If you don't like it, go away.
What do you I can't ask him to delete it. What are your intentions to do with the video?
Do what I like with it. It's mine, isn't it? It's my
Are you
copyright.
like an auditor or?
That's a good suggestion, but no, I'm
Not
not.
right, is it?
No.
Okay, so what's your sort of intentions being here
Well,
today?
I'm just taking photos. Big event it is. Everyone wants to see what's going on.
Are you going to the event later?
No, I'm not
You're
going to the
here?
event.
Okay,
Not
just
into
come to
Tom
film
Jones,
the
just come to film me, yeah.
Okay.
And this lady seems to think it's okay to put hands on people and approach people aggressively. Have a good day. Have a good day. Keep walking. Keep walking. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, they antagonised me. They approached me, didn't they? They approached me. Exactly. Yeah, and why did she keep approaching me? Yeah, because she's being stupid. She should back up. I've been attacked many times with this camera, and I'm not having it again.
What I say is I'll ask you, you don't have to comply.
No, I won't comply.
Yeah. I'm not film people if they don't.
I'll film anything I can see in public,
Yeah, and you're
okay?
more than entitled to that.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They're requesting you not to.
Well, that's their issue. That's their issue. I'll be filming everything as I have done since I entered town. I'll be filming the whole thing.
What's your intention for the rest of the evening? Are you staying around the area?
I'll be wandering around for about 15-20 minutes and then I'll be out of here.
There we are.
See how busy fucking town was.
Yeah, it seems to be, yeah.
Listen, look, they're event.
No, I think they're all confiding out later on now when we get a bit more lively in the town from there then. But there we are, as you say.
Yeah. Both of you have a good day anyway. I'm gonna
not to film people if they don't want to be filmed. As you say, you don't have to comply, you're more than entitled to film.
Thank you very much.
About that, but there we are. Alright, enjoy your
have a
evening,
good day.
guys. Take care.
Thank you. The good old BBC building across the road. What access do I have around here? Because I know you've obviously got it closed off. I was wondering what access I have around here.
Yeah, no further than these pillars, really.
All right, so how did all of these people, they coming out to the venue? Oh, right, okay. All right, cheers, thanks for that. What about down the, can't go down this embankment then, no, down the river? No? Oh, okay, cheers. Oh, well, there we go. They've restricted my public access from outside the stadium. Not allowed past this little line of orange people. Little uncles. Oh, sorry, no, you're in public. You're in public. If you...
You're public and not
No.
It's currently an event happening. You cannot record. You cannot record us, right?
Don't put your hands on me.
Yeah?
Don't put your hands on me.
Stop recording us.
Don't put your hands on me.
Please
You
stop
don't like it, you
recording
should have
us.
stood in your little
Well,
spot.
no, well, stop
Your little
recording us.
lump
You're
should have stood
currently on
over there.
private ground. You're currently on private ground. Walk that way, please, and stop recording the area. Stop it.
Touch my shit, you stupid
Stop
crazy
recording
bitch.
us.
Swear to God,
Stop
what's your SI
recording
badge?
us.
I want your SI number now.
Come on.
I want your SI number. I ain't going nowhere until I get that number.
Let's chill out.
No, she just grabbed my shit. I want her SI number.
The next thing the man did was go to the stadium where a match was taking place, filming the whole time. As he passed by security, the man at the entrance welcomed him, but a female worker confronted him about filming, unaware of his rights. She crossed the line where she reached out and grabbed his camera, which really annoyed him. He started yelling at her and calling her names. It's understandable, since she crossed the line, right? Her colleague saw the commotion and gathered gathered around to understand the situation. Another female worker then started shouting at the man, defending her colleague and telling him to watch his language. If she hadn't started the confrontation, he wouldn't have spoken to her like that. These workers then claimed the man was on private property. Sure, the stadium is private property, but are they really surprised someone's filming there? It happens all the time. The other workers said she only asked the man to stop filming, but that was the problem. She had no right to ask him to stop. She then claimed she didn't try to knock the camera out of his hands. There's no need to lie, especially since the man had it all recorded as proof.
I don't care. No, I can't. It's public. Get the police. I want the police here now because you just ran my camera.
I didn't.
You did. It's on camera, you crazy
Stop with the language.
Stop with the language. You realise she just grabbed over my stuff?
Grab it.
Imagine she grabbed over you in public.
I didn't grab onto you. You can see it on the photos. You can see it on there. I did not grab
On
it.
my
You
body
pushed
cam.
it
It's on my body cam.
Why the hell are you recording us?
Because I don't trust people like you, that's why.
Well, we're doing.
Because you grab hold of my stuff.
I didn't grab onto stuff.
Miss,
You actually grabbed onto me.
It'll be on here and on here.
Good. Cool, because it'll be evidence that you grabbed my wrist.
Yeah, and I pushed you. I don't care. I pushed you because you're a crazy fuck.
Thank you.
No, I'm staying here now until I get her SI number or until the police turn up and get her SI number. No.
You've got a ticket to the gig.
I might do. How do you know?
Well, you're that.
I don't want to go in yet.
Private property.
I don't care, no. I want her SI number. Nothing's Get the police. I want the police here now.
Get off the private property.
Get the police and then I'll move. I promise. Get the police here and I'll move over there.
Do you want to go over there onto the public land?
Not until the police turn up.
It's currently on private land.
Not until the police turn up.
You're currently on private land.
It's funny how you're not bothered about the camera now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking at actually.
Stop coming close to me. Back up.
Pushing
Tell her
me.
to back up,
Get
then.
away. Do not touch us.
Now. I want your SI
No,
back.
you're the one touching
Go
me.
and get the police. Go and get
They're
the police.
inside,
Call them.
happily.
One of you's got a
You
radio.
do realise it's all on camera for us as
Yeah,
well?
good.
Told you not to record
I
us.
don't
Will
want
you
any
speak to me
trouble.
nice?
Yeah, I will speak to you nicely,
Right,
but I-
can you get me her SI number or something?
Why are you here filming?
I'm just filming the area. It's an interesting
I
day.
know,
Tom
that's
Jones
fair-
is
that's fair enough,
video,
but-
isn't
You're
it?
antagonising now.
Staff Stewart 8248. Is that right? 8248. Yeah, that's right.
Look, it's only causing conflict, isn't it? So why don't you just
She
speak?
caused the
It's like-
conflict.
Are you enjoying this?
I was going to walk over there and I was
She
going to
asked
leave.
you to stop filming her.
She has no right to ask that. She can ask, yeah, she can ask, and I can refuse. Does that give her the right to put hands on my camera, though?
Yeah, but like.
Hang on, no. Does that give her the right to put hands on? No. Forget courtesy. Imagine I said to you, take your sunglasses off, and you said no, and I'd grabbed them off you. What would you do?
Well, I wouldn't be happy, but.
Exactly. You wouldn't be happy.
Right.
Can you take your glasses off, please?
No, but
I'm going to grab them off you. No, it doesn't work, does it? No, I'm not moving nowhere. I want her SIA number. Because she's been a cow, and I want to report her. I don't care. I'm in public.
Okay, so
You have a ticket.
you've recorded a
I need
student.
her SIA
You
number.
would take it further.
I need
Why
her.
don't you just leave now?
Who do I report that to?
You can
What's
find
your
out
boss?
yourself.
No, who's
Okay,
your
so
boss? Like,
you can
what
find out
company do you
yourself. I
work
don't
for?
need to-
You're just random people with orange jackets. You haven't got
Yeah.
no SIs on display. Come on, Mike. I mean, what do you expect me to do?
Why do you know so much about this industry? It's quite
Exactly,
concerning.
yeah, it's concerning, isn't it? Because people like you can't be trusted, unfortunately.
Trusted with
I
what?
mean,
With
well,
like
come over here.
that, like.
We're just safety students. We're just
I-
here
Yeah,
trying to do our
so
job.
is it safe to grab hold of people's stuff, is it? Have you been told to do that?
Well, you antagonised her.
No.
I'm not agreeing
I
with
didn't
Aiden's actions
I
here.
didn't antagonise her. I was walking past with my camera and she come up to me, stop filming me.
Why are you enjoying this? I don't understand.
She asked you nicely, didn't she?
Doesn't matter, as I said, if I asked you nicely to remove your glasses and you said no, could I come up and grab them off your face? No, I can't, can I? That would be assault. Am I correct?
The man then saw that these workers were very unprofessional, so he decided to ask them to call the cops because he didn't want to talk to them anymore. The workers suddenly changed their tune. Although they had originally welcomed him, they now claimed he was no longer welcome. The man only wanted to know which company these people worked for, but they refused to give him this information. What if they had acted perfectly? The man explained that he just wanted to report the woman because she grabbed his things and acted crazy. However, her colleague got very offended and claimed that the woman wasn't crazy, just very upset. How does that justify her bad behavior? Maybe the man was upset because a bunch of workers were threatening his civil rights, but that didn't mean he should behave aggressively. The man decided to stay a little longer and provoke the workers who couldn't do anything to him and didn't even want to call the cops because they knew they were in the wrong. He decided to film them to see how they'd react, but it seemed like they had learned their lesson. As soon as the man started to leave the stadium, 2 cops arrived. The man stopped them to complain that the female worker grabbed his things and hid his camera because she didn't want anyone to film her in public. He told the cops that he wanted to file a complaint against her, but these cops were a real disappointment. One of them claimed that a person must identify themselves if they want to file a complaint.
Just want to get off private property
It's
and
not
go onto
private
a public
property,
highway?
so you're not supposed to be recording on private
It doesn't matter. It's not. It's open to the public.
This is private
Your
property.
line was across there. I even asked this guy over there who was stood on this end. I got him on camera. He said, yeah, I can go down to there. So I'm not, but it was you, was there? I spoke to. All right, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I said you can't go beyond.
Yeah, and I didn't go beyond there, did I? I was going to walk down there and I was going to leave. Like, that would have been it. That's why I asked. Yeah, I was going to walk to there. I asked you if I'd go down there. You said no.
Just out of curiosity.
Well, it's photography, isn't it? People like doing photography.
Yeah, how much is it?
I mean, you can't go around grabbing people's like cameras just because you're not happy with what they're doing, like, you know. So that's what I mean. I'm not leaving nowhere now until I get a SI number. I mean, none of you have got SIs on display.
You don't have to have them.
Well, that's fine. I can believe that some companies don't. I know they don't. So, but at the end of the day, I need to be able to report that lady over there. So I need to know what company you work for. But I'm not going to go home and do research. I'm asking you guys what company you work for. It's as simple as that. What was it, Principality? You just work for the Principality State, so they'll know who to report that lady to. Because I've got her face on camera. I've got it all on my body cam as well. So.
Yeah, we all work for the Principality.
All right then. Well, it was good speaking to you three, but that woman is crazy, and you need to keep her away from the general public.
Let's not around like that.
She grabbed my stuff. As I said, if I don't care. You're upsetting me. Shall I grab your stuff?
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's your
I'm not doing
problem,
anything.
yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
she can ask,
And
so I
it's
can
escalating.
refuse.
Okay? So that's all. We're just asking you that. You know, you've got a number. You know she was Principality.
Yeah, that's cool, then I'll be
We're asking now
reporting.
is just to move away now.
Yeah,
Okay?
well, I'm going to hang around for a few minutes now, just because you don't want me here.
Can you go on to the...
Yeah, I'll be going there now in a few seconds.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. You three have been alright, like, you know, I'm not going to, you know, doubt you three. Other than you, you've been a bit iffy. You two have been great, though, I'll give you that. You've been polite, you listen to me. But that woman is crazy. She's a nutter. She shouldn't be grabbing people's stuff. She shouldn't be grabbing people's stuff.
Okay, can you then please go over to...
All right, yeah, I will, because you've been nice, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Have a good day.
Mate.
Oh, so there we go. I'm on the other side of the fence. How come these guys will let us stay on the other side of the fence? These three are still there.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys. Look at that ugly face. Right, so anyway, this is how they treat you in town when they got a private event on, so just be careful, because if you come in taking photos, they might grab hold of your stuff. As I said, these guys were this guy was polite. You know, I like this guy, he was good. He was nice. Oh, look, here's the police now anyway.
The man said if they wanted to know his name, they'd have to arrest him. The cops took this too seriously and decided to detain the man. Can you imagine? The man was practically the victim of an attack. He came to complain and they detained him. By that logic, the only person who had been detained was the woman who tried to knock the camera out of his hands. One of the cops saw that the man wouldn't give his ID, so they asked him if he could at least give them his date of birth and name. It's the same because that's how they can find them in the system. The man didn't even have a problem giving the cops his information, but he wanted them to do their jobs properly and talk to the woman who attacked him. This situation just shows how important it is to know your rights and stand up for them. The man knew his rights and stood his ground, recording everything. It's a reminder that we all need to be aware of our rights and make sure those in power are held accountable for their actions. If more people stood up like this man, we could ensure that cops and security workers don't misuse their authority and that everyone is treated fairly.
See what's going on. So let's see if I can get the officers to get their SI number, shall we? You okay, officers?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just that. Yeah, the lady over there, where's she gone now? With the guy with the yellow jacket, see him? Yeah. She grabbed hold of my camera. I was walking past. You know, she was like, "Oh, don't film me, and all this." Like, you know, I was like, you know, I'm in public. I stayed in front of these guys. I even asked. You can ask this guy here. I asked him.
The one with the yellow jacket.
And I asked this guy here, where am I allowed to go? He said, obviously I can't go down here, and blah, blah. So I stayed on this side. Like, I did go past this metal fence here. And as I got like halfway down, she just approached me, hands up, and she's like, oh, she slapped my camera. I'm surprised there's no damage, I don't think. I'm not giving no details. I haven't broken no laws.
You're going to have to...
Oh no, it doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't. Well, you'll have to arrest me then, unfortunately. Well then, you know, am I free to go or am I to be detained? So I'm detained, I'm in there, am I? You're detaining me, okay. Okay, well I want to get some like extra...
So if you could just pass your name, listen,
I'm not giving my name or details or anything.
I'd appreciate it if you would just tidy with us, alright? Everything's been recorded, possibly.
Yeah, I'm double recording, triple recording now, just in case.
What we've been passing, I mean, there's been a bit of an incident, okay? The full allegation, yeah. My colleagues with
I can pause the footage and show you what happened if you want.
Let me explain for 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
So for that reason, you are being detained at the moment on suspicion of an offence, alright?
Alright, no problem.
You will be required to provide your details. Obviously, you're fully aware. You've just said you have to arrest me if not.
Alright, but you should... I'll wait until you just do your investigation first before you...
Just for
I give any names.
Purposes, none of us want to bother you, alright? If we could just have your name and date of birth, just to add to our log, that'd be great.
Once you've done your investigations over there, I'll give you my name if things are going to escalate, okay?
None of us will bother me.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
no.
Maybe go plain sailing, drop that.
Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I did push her, but obviously I was very angry because she grabbed hold of my stuff.
Have you got it on there?
Yeah, do you want to see it? Yeah, give me a sec, let me just... It's going to be a while though, because I've been videoing all through town, so. All good?
Robbie.
All good, yeah.
No. No. Unfortunately, okay, you are going to have to come with us to get interviewed in relation to that, alright?
Okay.
So there's an allegation of assault there is.
Assault? Is she assaulting me first?
Right. We won't discuss it now, alright? You can have to be interviewed in relation to the matter.
Alright, do you know how long this is going to take? Do you know which station I'm going to?
Now imagine a cop so confident in himself that he stopped a man just for not answering him when he walked by. Can you believe it? Well, meet one such cop. He stopped this man simply because the man didn't wish him a good morning. The man was very annoyed because someone had the nerve to ruin his morning like this, so he started yelling at the cop. The cop was surprised that the man was speaking to him so rudely. I don't know what he expected given his bad approach. When will cops understand that respect is earned, not demanded by force? The man explained to the cop that he didn't have time to chat because he had come to pick up his kids who were waiting for him. But the cop completely ignored him and kept questioning the man about various things. In the end, he said he had all day and he would now identify this man. There were several cops around the man, which was a lot considering nothing had happened and he hadn't done anything wrong. Under the pressure, he decided to give him his ID. The problem is that this only allowed the cops to continue their tyrannical behavior. They didn't explain why they needed his ID.
What is the problem? Okay. I have walked past you.
Don't raise your fingers.
I've walked past you, and because I didn't say good morning to you, and you've turned around.
Well, you carry on talking. You be here as long as you like, mate. I've got all day, right? You carry on talking.
Because I didn't walk, because I've walked past you and I didn't say good morning. It seems to be a problem now. Why? I'm here to pick up my kids.
Tell me when you're finished.
I'm finished. What's the problem?
You're going to let me speak?
Go on, speak.
Okay, so I've walked past you. You haven't spoken to me.
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't made eye contact with me.
And your point
I then come to you and that's what you're doing at the airport.
And your point is?
Every power I've got to do, right? I've got that power to do that with anybody within the airport. Okay?
Well, the white man walked past you, everybody walked past you.
You play the race card.
I don't mind.
Play the race card as much as you want, mate.
What, because I've got a hood on? Do you want me to take my hood off?
Makes no odds. You played the race card.
You've got me here, standing here for what reason?
Because I'm speaking to you. Because you're
I don't want to speak to you.
Okay. Well, who do you want to speak to?
Nobody. I want to speak to my wife and kids.
Well, when I find out who you are, right, and if that is the genuine purpose of you being here...
You mean that's the genuine purpose?
Arrivals is up there. You're walking towards departures.
I've walked from over there through into the building because it's cold, and I've walked down the hill.
Have you got any ID on you?
Huh?
You haven't got any ID
It's in my car.
Okay. What's your name?
Carl.
Is that with a C or a K?
Huh? You know something? Have I got my wallet?
You got a bank card?
You want ID? Yeah?
Got a bank card, it'll be good.
I'll give you ID, mate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah? Go on. Come on, because this is... I want to see what's going on. I do, to be fair.
I've explained to you.
Huh? You've explained to me. You've explained nothing. You've explained nothing. You've explained that you want to talk to me and I'm not interested in talking to you.
Okay.
And because I've walked past you, you now decide that you want to detain me? For what? Because of what? Because what? How many other people have walked past you and have not said, oh, everybody says good morning to you?
What do you think your reason is then?
What's my reason? Yeah. What?
The cops understood the consequences of his behavior, especially because the man was recording everything. So he started saying he had explained everything, even though he hadn't. He was foolish enough to admit on camera that he had stopped the man because he didn't wish him a good morning. He even asked the man why he didn't say hello when he walked by. By that logic, the cops would have to identify every person walking around the city. Where in the law does it say people have to greet cops whenever they pass them? Turned out the man had come to the airport to pick up his wife and kids, but the cop claimed he needed to tell them the flight number and information to let him go. The man was not stupid and claimed that the cops identified him only because he had a different skin color, accusing them of being racists. The man was furious and frustrated. He couldn't believe he was being harassed for something as trivial as not saying good morning. He stood his ground and refused to give any more information than necessary. The cops were just standing around watching the whole situation unfold, not stepping in to correct their colleague's behavior. The man continued to question the cop, asking why he was being treated this way when he hadn't done anything wrong. The cop, feeling the pressure of the situation being recorded, tried to backtrack and justify his actions, but it was clear he was in the wrong. The man's calm yet firm approach showed the cop that he wouldn't be intimidated or bullied.
What? Because I haven't said hello to you?
No.
Huh?
No, it's not that reason.
What then? Because I don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah? What's the problem?
That's fine.
If I don't want to talk to you, what's the issue?
To speak to anybody.
Yeah, you can speak to anybody. Can you detain people?
Yes, I can.
For what reason? On what grounds?
To find out.
On
who
what
they are.
grounds?
Under the bylaws of the airport, okay, which you can check out online. I have the right to stop and detain anybody I feel.
Yeah, and it seems to be the first black man that walks
There
past
we
you.
go.
Yes, it is.
There we go.
That's it. That's what it is.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm right in it.
Okay, yeah. If that's what you want to believe, you carry on. If that's what you want to believe.
I will believe it all
Okay,
day
that's
long.
fine.
Yeah, because statistics and society
Oh,
tells me
okay.
that, innit?
That's
Yeah?
fine, you
You
carry
finished
on.
checking me out?
Not quite.
Yeah?
And what flights your wife and your kids coming on?
Don't worry about all that. You don't.
Well,
What's
that's
the
a
issue,
question I'm
man?
asking.
This is. You like always asking questions for what reason?
Okay, so give me the answer.
Huh?
Give me the answer.
I'm here to pick up my missus and kids.
Okay, from what flight?
Huh?
What flight?
Jamaica.
Okay, what time's it arrive?
It's arrived already. They're in the thing waiting for me.
In where?
In the arrivals.
Okay, arrivals is that way, not that way.
Arrivals is there.
Is it?
That's the. Isn't that department?
Okay, I work at the airport.
Well, I've walked
I
past.
know.
Hold on. So how I've walked past. I'm looking. Where's my daughter? On my phone.
And who they're flying with, do you know?
I don't know. Jet 2 or I ain't got a clue. Whoever it is.
Wouldn't be Jet 2.
Shauna, where are you? Yeah, but where? How do I get to arrivals? 'Cause I've just walked past arrivals, I think. So from what the policeman's telling me, yeah. Come out the front.
By the arrivals door.
Yeah, I'm by the arrivals. So what are you on about? That says the policeman detained me because I didn't say hello to him. I'm outside arrivals, Lashana. Because I didn't say hello to him.
There's 2 gates by arrivals, man.
Huh?
There you go.
There's 2 doors, there's another one outside of shop.
You don't have to be an expert in the law to know that everyone has the right to freely record and take pictures in public of everything they see. However, some cops forget this part, even though they took an oath at the beginning of their careers to protect the constitutional rights of citizens. These same cops now act like the constitutional laws are stupid. Take this cop for an example. He stopped a man who was filming in public and immediately started saying that many people are uncomfortable with him filming them as they get in and out of their cars. Well, if that's the case, they shouldn't leave their homes. Despite all of that, the man didn't threaten anyone in any way, but this cop claimed he was a great danger to the people. How can they feel threatened by a man with a camera? It didn't make any sense. The man explained to the cops that if he really wanted to harm someone, he wouldn't have been so obvious with a camera. He would have secretly observed and memorized license plates or whatever. Do cops really think anyone is this stupid? The cop then tried to play the good cop and asked the man if he needed any help from them. Well, the one thing he wanted from the cops was to be left alone. One of the cops claimed that the man was obligated to talk to any cop who stopped them and that he had to identify himself. Have you noticed how often cops make new laws when it suits them? To scare the man further, the rookie cop claimed that he was obstructing vehicles from moving. Well, no, things only make sense in the heads of some cops, apparently.
Our basic us and our family in danger.
Yeah.
So you're seeing people come in and out of their private cars. You can understand why we get a bit concerned about that. You see where we're coming
If it's
from?
that much of a security risk, you should consider like public transport, cycling, that sort of thing. Like I don't know what sort of information I could pull from someone's number plate. Only yourselves and a DVLA. Those number plates are property of DVLA. I couldn't pull any information from those plates.
Try to follow us home. As for public transport, we work 24/7, so sometimes when we start shift, there's no buses
Yeah, I appreciate
or trains.
that.
So
But if I wanted to follow someone home, I mean, I wouldn't use a camera. I would maybe just sit up there, try and memorize the number plates and write them down, and then go about it like that. Not really, because it doesn't really make much sense.
I get, we've had people try to go and follow cops home before. They've been successful with it.
I've got no reason to do that. I'm not even from here. I don't know anyone. This is completely isolated.
But you understand why we're just having to ask a few questions to find out what's going on.
Okay, well we've been speaking for the good part of half an hour. I've made assurances. I just want to be left alone. If I can just be left alone, and I can have your word that my rights will not be interfered with, I won't be detained, you won't push for my details, then we can come to a resolution where you'll be satisfied.
What do you mean with a resolution?
I said, I don't want to be detained. I don't want my rights to be infringed.
I don't want to detain you. I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing, that's all.
Would you not say
I'm just
that
filming for public.
By you being here, so say if you were here for another 5 or 6 hours, do you
Yeah,
not believe that
I'm not going to be.
I know, but do you not think that's going to infringe and impede on our ability to do our job? Because every cop that comes out here is going to feel the need to stop and speak to you.
That's at your own discretion. I'm not committing an offence, so you should really just leave me
If
to
they're
it.
good cops, if they're good police officers, they're going to have to come and speak to you. If they don't speak to you, in my opinion, they've not done their job properly. So you're impeding their ability to go and respond to another incident.
No, I'm not. I'm not standing in the middle of the road, obstructing.
Right here.
Yeah, but I'm not obstructing your vehicles from getting out. This is just said to the camera.
But your presence there is because we have to stop and speak to you. We're not in a position that we can just let this one go. We can't.
You can't. To do something. So, alright, how do we proceed? Because I need to. I've got stuff that I need to do as well. I'm not going to be here today. I'm going to head back today. So,
well,
if you can just let me know what needs to be done, or if you can.
The long and short of it is we're going to ascertain your details. Okay, whether you choose
how are you going to do? How are you going to do that?
Whether you choose to oblige, okay, or you'll be detained. That's essentially the.
Well, like, you can detain me, you can search me, but I don't have anything with my ID on it.
However, these cops became indignant because someone actually reminded them that they are ordinary servants of the people and they do not hold absolute power. To quickly prove the opposite to the man, the one cop claimed that the man was detained and even threatened to search him to find his ID. Of course, for something like this, the cop had neither a warrant nor the man's permission, but that didn't stop him from digging himself into an even deeper hole, risking even dismissal. These cops had a problem with the man filming a police station, which according to them was a highly secured building. If it was so secure though, why did they get upset about the man filming? The cop claimed that the man was very strange because no one films the police station and it doesn't happen often. Well, it might not be a common thing, but that doesn't mean it's illegal, right? The man remained calm, so the cop increased his threats. Now he threatened to arrest the man if he tried to leave and handcuff him. The man asked the cop why he, as an officer, didn't respect the freedom to film. He explained that he has a YouTube channel where he uploads interactions with cops. Maybe this was the moment the cop realized karma would soon catch up with him when everyone saw how they were behaving. However, nothing is worse than cops with bruised egos. He just kept going because there was no turning back for him and claimed he had the power to arrest the man. Well, technically he does, but that definitely doesn't mean it would be correct.
The course of action would be to arrest you, formally speak to you about this, because that's in fairness to yourself and it would give you solicitor access. So what I'm saying to you now is that would be my course of action. So if you're willing to give details, we'll try and deal with it a different way. We'll try and deal with it a bit more reasonably. But at the moment, that's my course of action. I'm not letting you go anywhere because I'm not happy with that.
So am I detained now?
I'm explaining to you.
Alright, if I'm not detained, I'm actually going to leave.
Right,
I'm
not explaining to you. Okay. If you try and leave, you will be detained from me because I'm not happy with it.
For what?
Alright, what I've just said to you, filming a police station, it's hostile reconnaissance.
It's not hostile.
That's
There's nothing hostile about this. Hostile reconnaissance will be done.
Listen to me. These guys,
come on.
These guys are potentially going to deal with you a little bit more fairly, I would say. I'm going to deal with you quite robustly because I'm not happy with this. So if you don't give me your details right now,
I'll be arrested.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Right now.
Right now. So that's your option. And we're now wasting a lot of time, like I've said to you.
So what offence will I be arrested under?
Well, I've explained to you, and it'll go up the chain of command, and I'll get authorisation to do that, and I will give you the right legislation, all right? But at the moment, I'm just explaining to you what could happen.
Do you understand the need of why?
No, I don't. There's no need to arrest me.
I've explained this all to you. We cannot let you film, essentially, where armed police are in a police station. It's not happening, all right? And I respect and agree with parts of what everyone else is saying, but right now, I am not satisfied that I'm doing my duty if I do that.
So if I try and walk now, you'll put me in cuffs?
Absolutely. So, what I've explained to you, if I can get your name, check out your details, I'll let you go about your business. You can go and upload your footage, you can do whatever you please, alright? Because that's all I want to do is establish that you're not a threat to this police station.
Let me explain something to you, right? So, I'm conducting what's otherwise known as an audit of the police station. Okay. So the idea is to film from public places and to see whether authorities respect the rights of the public to take photographs. I have a YouTube channel that specialises in these auditing and this sort of thing, right? So I can't just, this is a civil rights movement, right? I can't just concede and give over details. Because when I upload this, people are going to say, oh, well, you haven't stood up for your rights, you've backed down under threat of arrest. Do you understand what I mean? So this is the reason why I can't just divulge my information.
But you have a choice. If you could go away from this and go, this wasn't a successful day of filming, alright?
Well, no, ordinarily, I would just let you arrest me, usually, and then go through those means, people claim, whatever the case may be. However, the circumstances today is that I'm here with a family member, and if I was to be arrested and follow through with me standing up for my rights, it would greatly inconvenience my circumstances today.
What I'm getting at is, I will not allow myself personally or the organisation to unlawfully arrest you. This is coming from above.
It would absolutely be an unlawful arrest, and you could be liable to a civil claim. Absolutely.
What we have to do is we have to balance your civil rights for security.
Your suspicion doesn't trump my rights.
But the thing is, though, you're filming a police compound. There's armed response vehicles in there. There's armies in there. We have to.
Exactly. You're armed. What have you got to be worried about?
Yes, but what you've not listened to me on what we're trying to go and say, and you're not trying to understand our concerns. We're listening to you. We're trying our best by you, but you're not trying to understand our concerns or where we're coming from or our point of view.
I'd like to leave.
You'll be
And
arrested.
for what? For what?
Well, that's what I'm explaining. We're getting a phone call.
Well, I would like you to know. So if I try and move like this.
Right, listen to me. So, hostile reconnaissance isn't something that we necessarily
I know, but
specialise or
what
deal with.
offence is it? You can't just put me in cuffs or put hands on me without citing the legislation. You know that.
I will not be putting.
This time, a cop was interested in a man filming the police station from the sidewalk. He approached the man and immediately explained that he had nothing against the filming, and if that's true, why was he there in the first place? Well, the cop told the man that he must not go through a big gate. The man explained that it was completely logical, he knew his limits, and he wouldn't cross them. However, the cop continued to question the man about various things. The man wanted to let him know he had no authority over him, and it wasn't as smart as he thought. The man asked if the cop's body cameras were on, to which the cop said they were. The man then took the opportunity to tell him, as a cop, he must inform citizens that he's recording them whenever he approaches them.
You alright, mate?
Not too bad, yourself?
No, good. Nothing to worry about. It's just
Sure.
basically, I spoke with my colleague.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't record or anything.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just try not to go into the car park because that's for police personnel only.
I didn't go in the car park.
No, I'm just saying try not to.
Well, that's quite obvious, isn't it? You don't, no offence, but
Yeah.
you don't need to tell me that. Obviously, if it's got a big gate, I know they're not to go in there. Like, that's quite obvious,
Yeah,
you
not a
know.
problem.
And I don't need to be rude, but
Particular
you know,
reason you're here? No?
because I can be.
No,
Other than that, but sorry, who have I spoken to today?
PC Sharma 2657.
2657. Lovely, thank you. No worries.
Yourself?
Pardon?
Yourself?
Myself? Yes, I am myself.
No, I said you asked me like my name.
Yes,
You don't
yeah.
have to
No,
do
no.
that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the fact
don't try
you're one of the few that actually says informs you that they don't have to. So I appreciate that. No, that's right. Yeah. No, not many people inform you of that though. They just ask and assume that you know that. So I appreciate that at least. Hey mate, you're right. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Just one thing before we go. Did you turn your body camera on?
Yeah.
Do you know in your policies that you're supposed to notify members of the public when you start recording them?
Not really.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you don't know that, so I'll inform you.
Not really, because we don't know what kind of situation I'm going into.
No. Okay, if I'm stood here peacefully, you know, we've had a civil conversation for about probably 4 minutes now.
Yeah.
In those 4 minutes, your policy states that the most practical opportunity, you're supposed to verbally announce that you have turned a body camera on to a member of the public. You are about to walk away without informing me at all.
Well, as a police officer, we go into a situation which can spontaneously.
Yeah, and understand, in those situations, that's why it's first most practical.
When I've come out,
Yeah.
from my intelligence and speaking to my colleague, we didn't know what I was doing.
Sure.
Yeah. And just as a right, everything seems sound.
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry about.
Exactly. So yeah, you were about to leave, yeah? But you're about to leave without telling me that I've been recorded.
Well, you saw it. You just said you saw me.
No, I asked if you did.
Yeah.
I saw you touch your camera. I don't know what you did with it. Exactly. See, you're assuming that I know what you've done with that camera, and that's the issue, isn't it? Thank you.
But,
okay. The reason you have to tell us, right, is because once you've filmed us, we have the right to access that information. It's our data. Okay, I have the right to request that footage. But if you haven't told me that I've been recorded, and I don't know that you've turned your camera on because you've assumed that I've seen you. But yeah,
got a clear view, which you can clearly see.
Yeah, but I could just be on standby. I don't know that's actively recording. You understand?
If you do want access, then
Yeah.
you're going to have to do that. Call 101 and stuff like that.
Call 101, and then what do I do then?
Then you say, PC Sharma recorded me at this and this time. I'll
Sure.
make a note of this, what I've spoken to you today at this time.
Okay.
Because by my watch, it's 2:15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Say, I was outside the back where of the Radford police station.
Yeah.
You turned the one on.
Yeah.
Could have access to it. Why did you do that? What's the reason behind it?
Thing is, I don't need to know the reason behind why you turned it on, because at the end of the day, you have the same as I'm recording. You have the right to record. The difference is because you're part of a government body and you process our data under GDPR.
The cop was speechless. He looked at the man, surprised that someone actually knew the law. He looked very confused, so the man explained that they have to notify people when they're being recorded because people have rights regarding public records. The cop then began to explain why he was filming at all, but the man didn't care about the reason because he knew the cop had to film for his own safety and the safety of others. The point was something completely different. Seeing that the man knew everything, the cop tried not to look foolish and asked if he was sure cops had to inform people they were recording. The man confidently replied that he was quite sure cops had to verbalize it. Realizing he had nothing more to say, the cop turned and left. The man continued filming, feeling a sense of victory. He had stood his ground and made the cop aware of the law, which seemed to have been forgotten. The cop's initial confidence had faded away, replaced by the realization that this man was well informed and wouldn't be easily intimidated.
You have to follow the GDPR guidelines, which means we have to know that we've been recorded so that we can know that we can access that. If you don't tell us, then that's when it becomes an issue, doesn't it? And other than that, you have been great, PC Sharma, but I just want to make sure that in future, again, I understand coming into a situation...
It will only be on our system for 28 days.
I understand, yeah.
Because I won't be saving it, because
Okay.
there isn't any evidential purpose for me to save it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You don't activate.
See, this is the thing. You clearly know the policies on it, you know, because you know how to inform somebody how to access it. You know how long you hold it for. You know when you need to hold it for longer. So you obviously know the policies. So the issue is you were about to walk away. I understand what you're saying. Coming into the situation, you don't know what's going on, so you want to assess the situation first. I appreciate that. Okay, but then once you were about to walk away, after assessing that the situation is of no threat to you, you're about to walk away without informing a member of the public they've been recorded. So potentially, what you've done is covertly recorded me, right? Which is because by not announcing it, you're assuming that I know that you turned it on walking over. But no, let me finish, please. I've listened to you, so please let me finish, right? So by covertly recording, you could be breaking the Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act 2000, okay? And that is a very serious and indictable offence. Okay, to do covert recording, you have to have authorization from a senior officer. Okay, and so that's why it is very important. It's not just GDPR and DPA. You are potentially bringing an indictable offence against yourself.
I would get it, but I was in full uniform. You've seen me come out there. You've seen me. Have you? You confirmed that?
No, I've seen you touch your camera, but again, I don't know what you've done with that camera. You could have been turning it on standby. You could have been turning it off because it was recording going in. This is the thing. You're assuming that members of the public know what you're doing with that camera when you touch it. That's not an assumption that you should be making.
In that case, my apologies.
I appreciate that.
But in that case, I've told you.
Yeah, so you've told me now, but only because you were prompted and I had to ask. You know, and it is serious.
Because if I had done, I'll try and sneak behind.
No, it doesn't matter. Covert means you haven't announced it. Okay, and it does. No, it's quite simple. It's in. So I don't know if it's in yours specifically. I know in the Met one, it does state that not announcing is covert. Okay. And that's from the leading force of the country. But the one issued by the NPCC.
Everything, do we, so.
No, but you know,
might have different policies.
No, but I have looked up the Nottingham one before I come here today, and it does state that you have to verbally announce. Okay, and it is.
Sometimes it's not.
You know.
You can't be practical.
No, again, and that's what I said. The first most practical opportunity, and that's fair enough. You know, but again, you're about to walk away without telling me, and that's the issue. Is that you had a practical opportunity and you didn't.
Officers who've got their personal cars, they try not to record that. Other than that,
I will record whatever I can see from public. I'm not here to get that. If they happen to be in a shot that gets included in the footage because it's in the background of something I find interesting, that just may happen. But I'm not purposely here. I'm not purposely here to film that and then post that online. That's not my intention here. It's not what I'm here for. If it's in the background, it's in the background, and it is what it is.
Not a problem with that.
All right.
Look after yourself, mate.
You too.
I'm going to turn my camera off now.
Thank you.